Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Umineko playthrough, and yeah, today we're actually in for some really quite cool stuff because yeah, last time, oh my fucking god, last time was so cool. It was really quite something seeing the ridiculous extent to which Beatrice is a complete mental maniac. That stuff last time with Shannon and Beatrice and Shannon trying to protect George, that has got to be one of the strongest scenes I think I've ever seen in Umineko. I'm really, obviously as you can see, it has left a massive impression on me, and I'm really quite interested to learn more about Beatrice's backstory now. Like, what the fuck happened to her to make her act like she did to Shannon. It's going to be really quite interesting seeing what's going to happen regarding Genji today, because obviously all of the servants are now dead, apart from Genji and obviously nobody else actually. I suppose you could say all the servants that aren't actually on shifts today. For example, like I remember there was like Lennon or something like that. I don't know. I know their name ended with on. It was somebody who was doing cleaning, and they never really. They always did the cleaning that was barely. They always did work at the bare minimum to try and please Natsuhi. And I remember the scene in the beginning of episode 2 that was just talking about Shannon getting annoyed about that. I forgot what their name was though. Yeah. So there are more than the servants that are described here, but obviously after this I think they're going to lose their job because they will have a dead employer. After Genji finished his late meal, he went out to do the nighttime rounds inside the mansion. Oh god, he'd eaten some reheated soup that Gorda had made, along with some random leftovers from the refrigerator. God, properly nutritious diet. Those were all things Gorda had made himself, and were of course delicious. Yeah, somehow doesn't surprise me that Gorda's a good cook. He had half-heartedly gone to ask for Noza and the others about what they would do for dinner. Oh yeah. But he'd been yelled at by a voice telling him that the canned food they had would be enough, and the door wasn't even open. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I do find that really quite interesting now that he's given up his servant position. I mean, he doesn't even get the respect a servant would, which is really minimal to begin with. So ironically, the servant Genji was able to eat more and more delicious meal, and that's actually really quite nice. So I suppose even though, you know, you've literally had the door slammed, no, it's worse than the door being slammed in your face. The door was never even initially opened for you, but yeah, it's quite nice that, you know, he was able to leech off the fact that nobody wanted to have a meal. Well, nobody was able to with Noza and her rude acts. But why was it that Genji wasn't afraid to do the rounds? Or even though all of the crimes have been committed and many people have met a brutal end. No, I that is odd. Judging by his appearance as he carried out his usual tasks without a trace of fear, as though everything was normal. Yeah, fair. You might think all of the horrible events that day have been no more than a dream or illusion. Was he taking a philosophic view, or had he just accepted his fate? I wonder. I mean, I suppose, I feel like because of the whole furniture characteristics that we've been reading about, i.e., you know, them not really having any regrets and not really having any feelings of dread towards death. Maybe it could be the latter. I think that's more likely. Genji must have considered a virtue that when the fate that awaited him was unavoidable. Yeah. God, I mean, you can really tell somebody that is just totally work orientated by this. My God, unhealthily so. He carried out his duty systematically until the last moment. The depths of his heart would probably remain hidden for all eternity. Oh my God, I know. Yeah, unless he spoke of them himself. He had returned his master key to Noza, so the places he could reach were extremely limited. Yeah, fair actually. Yeah, all we could do was walk around the hallways, checking to make sure all the windows were closed. Yeah, that probably made his rounds go a lot farther than usual. Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah. Must be quite peaceful, just walking around the hallway, really. What's happened? What? Hang on a second. You've got to be kidding me. I feel like he's met Beatrice somehow. At the sound of a reverse knock, what? Ondoza, who had been falling into a doze, jumped and woke up, pointing the barrel of the gun at the door as she yelled. God, a reverse knock. That is a little bit weird. So annoying. This pillow's really uncomfortable today. Even though it was the opposite yesterday, it was really quite comfortable. Right. That's actually really quite surprising that even though everyone is dying, everyone in his sort of field is dying, and yet he can still do his tasks without a trace of fear. I mean, that is just really quite something, let me just say. Well, that must be really, really weird, just doing your usual errands around the mountain? Sorry, mansion, and not being able to go to the places that you normally would go to. Oh my god. It must be so different. Yes, it's interesting that she's fallen into a daze, but she is so hyper aware that the second she hears that, boom. Yeah, instant suspicion. Who is it? I was napping on a sofa, and that voice also brought me back to reality. Yeah, Rosa-sama. It is I, Genji. Do you have some business? God, don't worry about opening the door. Tell us from there. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. In that case, forgive me for speaking in this fashion. What? Oh my god! What? I have found Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa's corpses. Oh my god, what did you say?
So.
I see. Yeah, I love that she doesn't even react. Yeah. Definitely. Very well, let's go check them. Oh yeah, that is interesting that, you know, the corpses are going to be the only thing that is going to confirm her suspicions for her. Yeah. He's probably annoyed about that mistrust. It's okay, Butler. Yeah, someone doesn't surprise me. If you stay with me, it will definitely be okay. Maybe my face seemed to be darkened with anxiety. Oh, yeah, fair enough, yeah. Everybody is dying, and obviously the fact that these people are actually seeing the corpses confirms that they have been killed. Maria grasped my hand with her small... Yeah, my hand with her small hand and spoke softly, trying to give me courage. Since it was Aunt Rosa's job to ready the gun and stand guard, it fell to me to remove the barricade of the sofas. Oh god, that must have been really quite heavy. And when I finished, I took a backward glance at Aunt Rosa, who was pointing the barrel of the gun over my shoulder, and opened the door. Genji-san, where are the corpses? In the courtyard? What a weird place to dump them. I shall guide you. Batara-kun, wait. Just in case, let's check the doors and the windows of this room. Wait a sec. Aunt Rosa called me to a halt to prevent me from going on ahead and began to carefully check the locks on each of the windows. Interesting. But those locks had already been checked once. Yeah, you can just totally tell how paranoid she is. It felt kind of unpleasant, as though she suspected that I might have secretly unlocked them and she wasn't. Oh yeah, that's interesting. No, I do get the suspicion she's actually having because of the fact that there was a closed room that had happened once. She is just feeling, what if it happens again? No, maybe Aunt Rosa was right. I think she probably is, yeah. Maybe a little bit too cautious, but still, it's rational, the fact that she actually is being this cautious. And it's sensible as well. Though it was called a courtyard, it wasn't really a pretty place you could take a walk in, like the Rose Garden. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, this is... On the contrary, since it was surrounded by the mansion on all sides, it made you feel a little uncomfortable, as though it was telling you that there would be no escape from this mansion no matter where you try to... Oh yeah, that's interesting, that. That would be a really good place to corner somebody. Yeah. On the other hand, that meant that even though we could still hear the violent winds, the wind itself was blocked. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. Suppose so. That must be really quite odd. Yeah, Genji-san held out an umbrella, but Aunt Dosa ignored him. Yeah, my god, that is total distrust. She was probably hinting that the gun took 2 hands, and it would be dangerous if she took the umbrella. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Yeah, she has full priority over her life here. We didn't need Genji-san pointing for us to notice. Right in the centre of the courtyard, we can see where Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa-san lay. Oh my god. Aunt Dosa entered the courtyard without even opening an umbrella. So Genji and I also entered the courtyard without opening. Yeah, fair. Yeah, only Maria opened hers. Yeah, because she knows she's going to be safe, Maria. Is this, you know what? Oh, yeah, interesting. I wonder how they were actually killed. Is the 7th and 8th Twilights? That's odd. Oh, wait. 7th and 8th? But, who was killed last time? Blimmin' George and Shannon. I thought they were the 4th and 5th. Or the 5th and 6th, maybe. I don't know. The 7th Twilight is finished? What? Where's George? You're, like, dead? What? Well, nobody knows that you're dead at the moment, to be fair. Same for you. Yeah, but, like, let me find where the individual Twilights were. You are the Twilight individually. The 8th Twilight. The 8th Twilight. Oh, yes. Good grammar. Oh god. Suddenly, just as Genji-san and the others said, there were horrible wounds on their necks. The cuts are quite sharp. It is actually really quite interesting that she isn't really following the conventions of the epitaph. She's killing them just by really cutting their neck. Jesus fucking Christ. Almost as though they were sliced with a katana or something. Yeah, that really shows how sharp the furniture, the actual furniture version of Kanon, you know, how sharp his sort of purple claws were. Those gaping wounds on their necks definitely made me want to avert. Oh, yeah, understandable. Yeah, avert my eyes. But after seeing that Halloween party in the chapel, even though they looked horrible, they were no longer enough to make Jesus Christ. That's understandable. Yeah, more importantly, our gazes fell to their legs. Oh, okay, yeah, everything makes sense now. To Dr. Nanjo's knee, to Kumasawa-san's ankle. Yep. Driven into each of them was something like a knife or a stake with a demonic design. Yeah, funny that, yeah. They must have been the same as the thing that had pierced Jessica's back. Exactly, yeah, they were. Yeah. What is this? Yeah, definitely, yeah, it's just like what happened to Jessica-chan. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what it is. Is this supposed to be some kind of occult ceremony, I wonder? I do not know. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. The last time I saw their bodies, there was nothing like this. Yeah, I can see that. Maybe it was done after they were carried out of the servant room. That's actually really quite interesting that he's kind of lying here, because he did actually... Oh, wait, no, no. He'd seen the cutting of the necks, but he didn't actually see the 7 stakes of purgatory, you know, killing their ankles and knees. The one stuck into Dr. Nanjo's knee was still standing erect. God. But the one that had been thrust into Kumasawa-san's ankle might have been a little shallower. God, that must be so fucking disgusting. Jesus Christ. It had come out and fallen over. What? How? That really surprises me. That actually really surprises me. Why would a 7 stake of purgatory not penetrate their skin enough for it to fully go in there? What? That's so weird. So we're looking at the one that had fallen over. For the first time, I realised that it wasn't a knife, but something like a stake. Yeah. I don't really get anything when I... No. Yeah. His full length was probably about 30 centimeters. Jesus fucking Christ, I didn't realize it was that long. My God. It was probably made out of bronze or iron or something of the sort. Even without touching it, I could tell it had some weight to it. It was composed of a grip and a cone-shaped part, and it was obviously made to be a piercing weapon. Yeah. Maybe it was like a miniature version of those lances Western knights used on horseback. The spiral-shaped ditches made it look like a small drill. Yeah, I can imagine that, yeah. However, the grip had an occult design modelled off a demon or something. So instead of a weapon used in war... Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. It felt like something that would be used in a ceremony to offer up living sacrifices. There's no mistake. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. They're meant to be sacrifices. Yeah, I don't disagree. Yeah, you sound very, very, very affected by it. On the 7th Twilight, gouge the knee and kill. On the 8th Twilight, gouge the leg and kill. Wait a sec. Oh my God, now they're gonna really realise the hard way. That meant they've lengthed out the 4th, 5th and 6th Twilights. Gonna be. Oh my God, basic maths here lets them get the murders sorted. Of course. Why is Genji-san... Exactly, yeah. If something like this had happened, why aren't George Aniki, Gorda-san and Shano... Oh my God, why was Genji-san alone? Yeah, check the fucking rooms. What's going on? Oh, well, that is a really good question. Where did George-kun and the others two go? Yep. So go to Natsuhi's room pronto. They said they wanted to search for something in Madame Natsuhi's room and they left. Yeah, they have not returned yet. What did you say? My God. Oh, God, you can really tell the total urgency in his voice. You say they left, but when was that? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't really think they... Unless they're doing some very, very... Unless they're doing some very, very inconceivable acts. I.e. George and Shannon and, I don't know, Genji's paying them so that he can watch. Yeah, this is not hardcore sex. This is the fact that they've been murdered 2 or 3 hours ago, I believe. No way. Oh my God, no. I know, yeah. I agree. Why didn't you tell us something that... Wait, no. Why didn't you think that was suspicious? Oh yeah, exactly. So we wasn't actually able to see it whatsoever. There must be at least one servant on standby at all times. Yeah, that's really, really tricky because obviously for Genji, like, who is going to think this is credible when it looks like he is the only servant and obviously 3 have been murdered? Was Genji-san really this much of a robot? This is bad, it's really... Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, Dr. Danjo and Kumasawa-san were killed like this, which means that 3 people have already been... Exactly, yeah. We ran towards Aunt Natsuhi's room. Yeah, good one, yeah, with a touch of anxiety and just as much resignation. Oh yeah, fair, yeah. And they're going to discover the obvious. Before we even saw the inside of Aunt Natsuhi's room, we were forced to resign ourselves to a certain fact. The fact that they're dead soon. Probably something like that. Well, it's not going to be very good. This is the end of an Umineko episode. Why would it be happy? No, an end of a When They Cry episode. A When They Cry question arc, if anything. Ooh. On that door was a bizarre magic circle, I bet. Scribble. No. Filth? Yeah. Anyway, the room wasn't in an ordinary. I find it interesting that they don't even touch on what the magic circle is. They're just so prioritized on actually getting into the room. Actually, anyway, the room wasn't in an ordinary state. Even without even and without even opening the door, we could imagine what we find inside. On the face of the door, how should I say it? Oh yeah, that's interesting. I don't really understand why the handprints are in blood, because obviously why would these goats have blood on their hands? Well, I mean, metaphorically they obviously do, but literally, quite surprises me. That's really interesting. So this actually confirms what's happened to Natsuhi's room in chapter 1. The goats have tried to get in, and that explains the really, really animalistic scratches that were seen on Natsuhi's room in episode 1. Handprints done heavily with the same red paint as the magic circles from before. I banged on the door! Scratched at it, dirtied it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it looked like the aftermath of a kindergartner playing in the mud. Oh my god, yeah, but the thing is, that's with wood. I don't know what it could mean. The bright red paint that had been slathered on was dripping down, and even though nobody says it, it made us think of blood. Yeah, fair, yeah. And that is exactly what it is.
Genji-san, akete kudasai.
Genji-san, please open it. I'm surprised that there isn't a magic circle. Ooh, yeah, Aunt Dosa held her gun up high and ordered Genji-san to open the door. Genji-san approached it without seeming particularly troubled. I know, how? I feel like this guy has been an ex-soldier and he's just seen so many things that things like these aren't really that scary to him. Fucking off. Fuck off. Right, yeah, without being particularly troubled by that stuff on it and turned the knob. But immediately turned around, shaking his head. Oh, it was locked. Yep, and of course, we know Beatrice, of course she creates another closed room. At that moment, there was only one person in this mansion who could lock and unlock the doors that Aunt Rosa. What? Yeah, that doesn't look very good on her. Ironically, the person that has been, you know, the most doubtful is now the most suspicious. This time, Genji-san asked Aunt Rosa to unlock the door instead of the other way around. I know, yeah, it is really weird. After frowning slightly for a second, Aunt Rosa handed me a master key and told me to open the door. That's a Yeah, I find it really interesting that, you know, even though Genji, Genji had asked Rosa to open the door, Basila does it because, I don't know, maybe Rosa just doesn't want to see it firsthand herself. I think that's probably it. I know, yeah, just trusting Genji-san with something like that wouldn't... Ooh, yeah, you don't want to mess with her. Yeah, Aunt Rosa glared at me intensely. Getting into a fight here would only make the mood turn... Oh, yeah, definitely, especially when they realise the truth about people having been killed here. Without talking back anymore, I approached that creepy door and tried the knob. It didn't open. Yeah, it's interesting that. It was definitely the resistance of the lock. I stuck the master key into the keyhole. Clunk. There was a slight resistance. Aunt Rosa told me to be on my guard. Oh yeah, definitely be prepared for what you're going to see because it's probably going to be very awful. And I opened the door without really guarding myself. Bad mistake. Oh god. Right. Yep! Yeah, and then there was a scene laid out before us that didn't betray my expectations at all. Yep. Yep. Yeah, definitely, yeah. as I thought it's a reproduction of the 4th, 5th and 6th Twilights.
Oh.
The inside of the room looked as though a robber had just broken it. Oh, yeah, understandable, because obviously trying to get to Natsuhi's key box, like, everything would have been... Oh no, that's another motive. Oh god. Another crime-related thing that Battler could try to disprove. I don't know though. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, drawers have been flung open, pulled out, and had their contents thrown all over the place. Yeah, because obviously they're desperate to find a key that would go into the box that, you know, held her small childhood relics, leaving the room so cluttered you'd never believe it belonged to the methodical one. Oh yeah, methodical. Yeah, Aunt Natsuhi. Fair enough. Yeah, she does not know the person to have a very tidy room. Oh, but the very first thing that caught our eyes. Oh my fucking god. Oh, that's horrible. So when you're actually opening the door, I wonder if the door came into contact with the face and then there was like a really strong resistance. Why was there a really strong resistance? God. That's awful. Yep, right into the center of his chest, almost as though it had been stuck there to finish off a vampire. God, stuck there to finish off a vampire. Was one of those demon stakes from before? Yep. Exactly how far could it have reached after being stuck that deeply into his chest? Just imagine... Oh, yeah, fair. Just imagining it would make anyone's chest hurt. Yeah, I'm imagining... Oh, I've got like a really complex 3D image in my head. It's kind of hard to describe though. Basically, if you... Ooh. Let's say you're an artist, you simplify... Let's say you're an artist, you simplify your ribs into, I don't know, like a cuboid shape. And then the sort of long side of the cuboid... long side of the cuboid that would be going like this. So that would be going from north to south, really. It would be in the middle of that. So I'm just thinking it would probably have penetrated like to around the middle of the chest. I don't know that. I don't know if that's accurate. Shit explanation, I know, but yeah, basically middle of the ribs. If you go from up to down. No, sorry, not up to down. Sorry, right to left. It depends on which way you're looking. If you're looking like I am at the moment, and then you go from right to left. I hope you can see that. Can't be asked to explain it, sorry. Yeah, but it's a ridiculously horrible amount. I mean, it's terrifying. To finish off a vampire, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Actually, that deeply, I'm really underestimating it. I think it probably could have potentially nearly penetrated the back. I don't know, but maybe it is. Wasn't gouging the chest, the 5th Twilight. Yeah, she's serious. Maria grabbed my hand. Her expression looked just like normal, but maybe she really was afraid of the aura in this room where the 3 corpses lay by. I wonder why. Yeah, interesting that. Surprising. And along the wall farthest into the room. Oh my god, yeah, George Aniki lay dead. Oh, that must be awful. Yeah, this time one of the stakes had been rammed right into the center of his stomach. God. Yeah, it wasn't gouging the stomach of the 6th Twilight. Oh my god, that's Shannon. Oh yeah, Shannon's corpse was face down in front of the jester, lying in a sea of blood. This CG is so vivid. But it really reflects the scene, even. I don't really see a sea of blood here, but what you call this a sea of blood? Had she seen her own face at the end in that horribly broken mirror state? Oh my god, that is an awful question. I mean, yeah, I really do wonder, because obviously if it's horribly broken and it's stained with blood, your reflection is probably going to be really tinted. But that is assuming that she was actually alive to see her reflection, which, let's be honest, she wasn't. Because if we remember at the ending, I mean, God, Beatrice didn't even let George, you know, confirm her love to Shannon. It was horrible. Last word. At the last word, he died. Like, I love Boo. Could be anything. He loves. Because she was lying that way. I couldn't see her face, but I could guess without even seeing it. Yeah, the answer is obviously no. Yeah, nearby in the Sea of Blood she lay in. Yeah, a demon stake had fallen. Only the fourth Twilight was... Yeah, so she was the fourth Twilight. It's actually really quite odd that the Twilights aren't in order, though. Like, why is Genji the fifth Twilight, George the sixth one, and then Shannon the fourth one? Shannon was killed last. Shannon and George were killed simultaneously, but Genji was objectively killed before them. Yet he's the last... Wait, Genji's fifth. It'll probably say... Wait, let me just... No, sorry, I meant Gordar, but, Oh, God. He kind of got a taste of his own medicine, it looks like. Right, okay. That's just quite scary. Yeah, fifth Twilight. Why was he the fifth Twilight, even though he was the one that died first? It doesn't make much sense. Maybe my heart was totally worn out and dead. Even though I knew it was wrong, I lifted her... Oh my God, her head and checked. Oh, I confirm my guess had been right on the mark. Oh, God. Oh, my God! There was a gaping hole inside Shannon's head. And the inside... Jesus Christ. Not only that, but you could even see... What the fuck? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you should. Not only that, but you could see... Even see inside her. It's the thing that I finally realised I was doing something wrong. I immediately averted my eyes, but by now, it was probably pointless. Yeah, the sign is burned into your eyes. Hey, Batara-kun. Oh, yeah, understandable. Yeah. You mustn't touch anything until the police come. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, he's just desperately curious and really wants to know whether Shannon has actually... It's just really quite interesting, like, whether she was able to see the face in which was totally battered with blood, and God, that is such a disgusting image. God, like, just a massive hole in your head, like, quite literally. Jesus Christ, her voice. What will you do if our precious evidence on this scene gets disturbed? Oh, yeah. Aunt Rosa got violently mad at me and even tugged me at the back of my... Jesus Christ. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he has done something really quite disrespectful, but at the same time, it's not really... It is kind of disrespectful, but it's not really the worst because it's not meant with ill intent. But it is still not something you should do. I tottered limply and fell on my butt, gazing dimly up at the ceiling. Maria. Definitely, yeah. With this, even the 8th Twilight is over. Towards the 9th Twilight again. Yep. And I think that foreshadows something that is not very good. Yeah, on the 9th Twilight, the witch shall revive and none shall be left alive. I see. After this, the Golden Witch Beatrice will be revived. Yeah, what then? The Golden Land. On the 10th Twilight, at Journey's End, you shall return to the bower of the Golden Land's treasures, once and for the last time. Very soon, the doors of the Golden Land will be open. Very, yeah, she sounds really quite excited. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Yep, the witch shall be revived and none shall be left alive, huh? Yep, we're gonna die now. Yeah, the thing is about the Golden Land though, I don't think you can make it to the Golden Land while actually surviving. I think you have to die to be able to make it to the Golden Land. We're gonna die now? Or does this mean the ceremony of the sacrifices is over and that now at Journey's End we'll reach the Golden Land? Interesting that Maria doesn't actually answer that. What is our journey? Oh my god, I know, but it's just getting worse and worse. And there's nothing they can do about it as well. We've spent the whole day trying to find the culprit, spinning our heads as we try to break out of this situation. Oh yeah, definitely, and if anything, things have just got worse. That's interesting. It's like they say, thinking stupid is no better than sleeping. God, that is a brutal thing to say. I mean, I don't disagree. Sorry, I don't agree with that at all. Thinking stupidly can lead to success in some scenarios. It depends how you're thinking stupidly. So let's say, for example, you're having a project and you're doing something that's going to lead to something brilliant. Let's say that, I don't know, for example, a really, really difficult riddle is actually going to require to be solved. You thinking stupid at the beginning is what and obviously the more you get into solving the riddle is how you progress and how you actually move forward. So you're saying that, like, no matter how much you think and no matter how much in terms of foundation for progress you make with stupid thoughts that probably, like, in a bit would be completely ridiculous to you, you're saying that sleeping is better than those thoughts. I'm sorry, I just felt like I had to unpack the ridiculousness, in my opinion, of that phrase. Ow. Fucking hell. Ow. God. Ow. Yeah, I really do wonder what the journey they've actually been, you know, making is. Maybe the journey to find the epitaph's answer? Yeah, and ooh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, they've never been able to die in peace. No way. That's right, we've spent the whole day burning ourselves up with hatred and paranoia. Yeah, we were so sure we could only trust the dead. Oh my god, I know. Yep, and I find it interesting that now everybody apart from Genji is suspicious to Dosa and, well, is fully known to have done something really, really bad. Or, no, have suspicions of having done something really bad. The only people that she can fully confirm the alibis for, i.e. Battler and Genji, are alive. Jesus Christ, is it just... Well, Dosa, Battler, Genji, Maria. Those are the only people alive. That's absurd. If we're like this, why? Yeah, that is interesting. If they're so hopeless, then why should they be able to make it to some sort of paradise that, you know, witches' wishes are granted true in? If we're like this, why should we be able to make it to the Golden Land? That's right, if we couldn't resolve any of our problems anyway. Yeah, what is the point? Yeah, it would have been so much better if we'd locked ourselves up the whole time without thinking at all. Oh yeah, but Beatrice can penetrate through locks. Yeah, what about Grandfather? What about him? Grandfather's the wisest of us. He's been shut up in his room since yesterday without any contact with anyone. Interesting. That was the right decision. Oh yeah, understandable. Yeah. Grandfather was the most correct of us all. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. It's okay, Battler. If you're with me, you'll be okay. I really do find it interesting that Maria has a feeling of total power against Beatrice. So is it just Maria will... No, sorry, Battler will be alive as long as Maria is close to her. Which is very fickle, and she's a terrifying being who might kill, yeah, humans partly for fun. Something I know. What sense does that make? Even though she can kill humans, how can being next to, like, a tiny little kid help you not be killed by a fucking merciless murderer? It makes no sense. However, if you're with me, you'll be okay. So don't be afraid. Thank you. Oh, I don't really know about that. Even if you're saying it just to console me, I'm glad. After Aunt Rosa finished investigating their corpses, she announced that she'd seal this room again. Yeah, definitely. Chased the rest of us out, stole back the master's key she lent me, and locked the door again. Yeah, stole. Interesting that. Yeah, apparently Jaws and Nikki have been holding the key to Aunt Natsuhi's room. Yeah, she also collected that. Oh, interesting. Wait a sec. She's got all of the master keys on her person. If Natsuhi's own key was locked up inside this room. Yeah, it does actually. Yeah, doesn't that make it another closed room? So, is this the fourth closed room? It's just incomprehensible at this point. Oh, are they... I really hope they go to Kinzo's study sometime soon. I really am going to be interested in seeing what can actually be gained from going there. Now that the suspicions surrounding those three have been cleared, we return to the parlour once more. Oh yeah, fair. Yeah, I don't have a clue what's going on anymore. If only the dead are innocent and everyone alive is a wolf. Oh my god, that'll just make things so much easier because you will be able to know fully who has actually done it. But you can't possibly know in cases like these. Yeah, that leaves me, Aunt Rosa, Maria, and Genji-san only. And besides us, there's only Grandfather and that 19th person. The guess we've seen no trace of Beatrice. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think Beatrice may be... she may be involved with this a little bit. 13 people have died and 6 are... Yeah, definitely, yeah. 2 of them are really inactive though. And kind of irrelevant at the moment. How would a wolves and sheep puzzle with only 6 people end? Even though a puzzle that started with 19 people has been reduced to 6. Yeah, it doesn't really give you a good idea for what can be in the future. I mean, if the actual wolves here have, you know, reduced 19 sheep to 6, then I think they can reduce 6 sheep to none. Despite numbers, the situation works in Beatrice's favour, resulting in an ability to kill. Very, very effectively. We return to the parlour. I was a bit worried that while we were gone... Oh, yeah, fair. A creepy magic circle or something might have been drawn on the parlour door. But thankfully, we didn't find anything like that. Thank you, Genji-san. This is far enough. Yeah, please rest for the day. Certainly. I can't believe that so many murders have happened, and yet... Well, judging by the Epitaph's killings, I don't really think Genji is actually going to die. Whoever's going to be killed here in the next moments, yeah, I think it's going to be happening together. Certainly. Then please excuse me. Hey, Aunt Rosa. I know! Why? I mean, it seems so nonsensical. Are you saying you'll leave Genji-san all alone in a situation like this? That's right. I do think it's quite dangerous. Yeah, fair enough actually, if he's been able to survive for this long. That doesn't mean he'll survive for any longer though. You shouldn't put money on that possibility. But in that case, why is he safe? After those 3 headed to Natsuhi-san-san's room, he was alone the whole time. Oh, that is interesting. And yes, he's safe. It's a wolves and sheep puzzle. Why would a sheep be safe if it was all alone, and therefore in its weakest possible position? The only thing I can think of is same amount of wolves. Or maybe there weren't any wolves around. Yeah. Or the same amount, I mean... She said that, Rosa said that if there's the same amount of wolves and sheep, then the wolves can't actually eat the sheep. Wrong. I mean, this logic is fair enough, but at the same time, I don't really think it's a good thing to be relying on. What if it changes?
それが羊じゃなかったからよ。
Oh, that's interesting. It's because it wasn't a sheep.
源氏さんが狼だって言うのかよ。
You have no proof of that, but okay. Are you saying Genji-san's a wolf?
彼は一人で厨房にいたそうだけど、それは証明不能よ。
It is, to be fair, but we know that that's true. That's the worst thing. He said he was alone in the kitchen, but that's impossible to prove.
南條先生たちの死体を運んだり、ジョージ君たちを殺したりできたのは
He literally
誰かベアトリーチだけな
discovered
の
them!
よ。
Oh, come on. How do you explain the closed room, then? The only ones who could have carried Dr. Nanjo and Kumasawa-san's corpses, who could have killed George and the rest, were him and Beatrice, right? Beatrice, yes, but not him, I don't think. Well, no. Unless he has some sort of really, really secretly evil magic connotations, which...
待てよ。その論法じゃ誰だって。
with that argument, anyone... Oh, he's been interrupted.
バトラさん
Oh my god! Oh, speak of the devil when he were a bit fucking hell!
ありがとうございます
God, I feel bad for him. I mean, my God, if you just listened to accusations like that being hurled around at you. Batara-sama, thank you for your concern.
私は信頼を勝ち得るのは常に
Yeah,
100の言い
understandable,
訳
actually.
ではなく
He's really, really
一
wise,
つの誠
Genji.
実であると信じています
I do find it interesting with Genji. He definitely possesses the wisdom for magic, and he also really, really has been hanging out with Kinzo for a bloody long time. They're, you know, ancient friends. So I really wonder if he has any magical connotations. And also the swords as well, the really, really weird swords that Kanon had, and, you know, the weird magic that Shannon had. The red barrier that prevented Beatrice from... I wonder why that actually prevented it. I wonder if it has anything to do with red truth.
たとえ信頼をいただけなくても私は最後まで誠実でありたいと思います
Oh, not able to gain your trust. I wish to be faithful until the end. God, I mean, he's so disciplined. He really is like a robot. I kind of get what that means.
源氏さん。
He just feels nothing. It must be... I mean, to be honest, Genji's mindset would be amazing for some tasks. The only ones that would be amazing for, though, is being unfazed when people bully you and being able to come back with such a rational comeback, really.
あなたが本当に無実なら、それは明日やってくる警察が証明してくれるわ。
Yeah, you think the police are gonna come? Come on! Then we've decided. If you are truly innocent, the police will prove that for us when they come tomorrow.
それまでの間、あなたを疑いから外すわけにはいかない。
So until then, we cannot remove you from suspicion. Yeah, I do find it really quite interesting that, you know, as a result of Genji having the possible means, Rosa wants to be so careful about, you know, somebody potentially being the murderer. So as a result, she just completely denies
長
Genji.
年、後ろ宮家に仕えてくれたあなたに、こんな集中するのは本当に心苦しいんだけれど。
I'm actually really quite surprised she's saying this, but yeah, she has to. She's scared for her life. She's too scared to treat him nicely. Because obviously if he may pose threat to it, then yep, that is not a good thing. After your long years of service, I find it truly painful to treat you so
今
poorly.
夜は分かってください。
Yeah, but please understand about tonight.
そして
I don't think he's a bad guy.
明日になったら、もう一度仲直りさせてください。
Well, they're never making up again. And when tomorrow comes, please let us make up again. Genji gave his head a small shake.
今日も明日も
Today and tomorrow,
私は後ろ宮家の使用人であり続けます
I will continue to be a servant of the Ushinomiya
ご
family.
用がありましたらいつでもお申し付けください
If you need anything, please say so at the time.
それでは失礼させていただきます
Then if you'll excuse Yeah, after hearing all that, there was nothing left to say. Genji-san bowed deeply and left down the hall. Then we entered the room. Even though Aunt Rosa still held all of the master keys herself, she thoroughly checked the inside of the parlour again. Yeah, interesting that, yeah. She opened the curtains and checked again to make sure the windows were locked. As I watched, how should I say it? I felt like it didn't really matter anymore. That's interesting. God, you can just really, really tell the total degree of suspicion she has. I mean, my God, she checks I couldn't imagine just going into a really, really big room and checking every single door, window, every single curtain. Must be weird. Didn't really matter anymore. If I said anything careless, oh yes, definitely it would turn into another fight. For a while, I gazed at her from the corridor, figured I just waited about long enough and entered the parlour behind her. Yeah, understandable. If she doesn't trust anyone but the dead, why doesn't she go around killing everyone with the gun she's got in her hand? That's actually really quite interesting. She could definitely do that, but yeah, then she'd be able to trust them. But at the same time, you wouldn't really have known the deeds they'd committed when they were alive if they were dead. But it's interesting, like, that trusting somebody if they're dead, it's totally dismissing what they could have done while they were alive. And then in the end, she'll realise that, yeah, she herself was... Yeah, because she's quite literally killed everyone. It's interesting that she could be... It's interesting. Rosa could potentially be considered the wolf here. She and her hostility and paranoia is what's forced the servants to stop being together with them, resulting in more and more death. Then can she just blast through the head of the final wolf? Then she can just blast through the head of the final wolf and close the curtain on this insane murder drama. As I thought that bitterly, I returned to the sofa where I've been encamped before, rudely resting both of my feet on the table. That's considered rude? Oh my God, that's normal. When I tried to do that, I found something there and stopped me. Is it a letter? What is this? Oh, I already know what's in here. The third magic circle of Mars. Right there, almost as though it had been addressed to me, was a Western envelope. It was that envelope from before, with the seal of the one-winged eagle. Yep! Oh God, these guys are screwed. Yeah, kill everyone so you can trust them. Nice one. And it was on. Oh, yeah. What? Wait. What is it? Oh, I know. Yeah. Obligatory question of how the fuck could it have ended up there? What is this? Who put it in a plate like this and when? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Who could it have possibly been? Until I went with everyone to check the corpses, I was sitting here the whole time! And there wasn't anything there then. Yep. Somebody has obviously visited this room afterwards. And when I returned, it was... here. Yeah, there is somebody. It's really quite interesting because this can totally conclude the fact that there is somebody that is watching their every move. Oh God, wait until she finds out. Everything's still locked up securely. This room is safe. I heard Osamata ring that. Oh yeah, I don't really think that's true. Wait. Oh my God, he just so can't determine what's actually going on. Yeah, we made sure this room was safe when we left it. We checked that the windows were all perfectly locked. Exactly, though. That's the weirdest thing. Then we locked it up, came back, and the windows were still locked. They were still locked. No possible way of actually getting in like that. Then wait, who put this letter here and how? Yeah, I opened the letter. 2 pieces of stationery. A key. Oh, yeah, somehow doesn't surprise me. That is the magic circle of evil. The first page had a magic circle drawn on it with something like blood. Yeah, if I asked Maria, she'd probably know what it meant. Yeah, she probably would. And there was writing on the other page. Have you made progress in solving the other? The only thing they know that's obviously a little bit better than last time is that they're killing in the pattern of the epitaph. Nothing else. In just a short while. Yeah, your time will be up in a flash. Interesting that. Yeah, because obviously death will happen and then your life. It's as if your life would have never even existed. The ninth twilight will begin quite soon. There was no mistake. It was a letter. Oh yeah, definitely. It was a letter from Beatrice. Definitely. I wonder what Maria's going to say about the circle, because obviously that is the case here. God, so even the magic circle on the paper is drawn with a blood-like substance. Weird. Matora. What is that?
今ここに来たら
When we came here just now.
置いてあった
It was just sitting right here.
どうしたのマリア
What happened, Maria? Huh?
バトラ君その手紙は
Yeah. Maybe Maria could have actually had it, because obviously, the thing is about Maria, I mean, obviously Rosa's letter had... Wait, no, Maria's letter has the key in, because obviously Beatrice wanted Maria to open the Halloween party. Jesus Christ. What kind of fucked up person makes a kid open something like that? Fucking hell. I really do wonder what this letter was, because Rosa was given a letter and so was Maria. I wonder if this is the letter that Rosa actually had. It's gotta be.
いやその
Wait,
ここに置いてあったんだ
it was just sitting right here.
どうしてだよ
Why?
この部屋はちゃんと戸締まりをしていたのに
Exactly, yeah. Even though we checked to make sure this room was locked.
どうしてだよ
Why?
どうして
Why?
マリアいらっしゃい
Maria. Oh god, Maria, come here. Aunt Rosa closed her eyes just a little, and after thinking silently for a moment, told Maria to come. Maria obeyed her mother's words. Oh no. As she did, something unbelievable happened. What? Oh god, yeah, I can see why. Aunt Rosa pointed the barrel of the gun at me. That's absurd. So, even though Battler has literally been in her sight for all of this time, she still believes that he could potentially have affiliations or maybe be in a cahoot with the person who has done the crime.
バトラ君あなたを狼だと断定するわ
No. Sounds like a Toho thing. Right, worst case scenario, run. Battle, I've concluded that you are a wolf. Exactly! I mean, this is really going out of
私
hand.
はこの部屋にたった今帰ってきてそのテーブルの上に何もないことを見ている
And now it doesn't sound like Toho, now it sounds like we're in France. When I came into this room just now, I saw that there was nothing on at all. Exactly, yeah.
マリアがそのテーブルに近づいていないことも
What
知
the
っている
fuck? Wait, hang on a second. Rosa came into the room and she saw that there was nothing on the table. And yet when Battler put his feet up rudely, there was something on the table. That is so weird. And I know that Maria did not approach that table.
わずかな時間よ
We're talking about a short stretch of
でも
time.
このテーブルに近づきそして手紙を見つけたと主張するのはあなただけなのよ
Yeah, that's the thing. It looks really, really bad on him. Horrible.
そんなのって
How can you...
いやめちゃくちゃだ
Exactly, yeah. How can you... Wait, that's all screwed up.
なんで俺がこんなものを置くんだよ
Yeah, exactly. Why would I put something like this here? Yeah.
おいおい俺は不審なものを見つけて報告しただけだぜ
Exactly. Wait, I just found something suspicious and
なんで
reported it,
俺が
right?
疑われるんだよ
I know! Why are you suspecting me?
あなたにしか
Oh, God.
その手紙をそこへ置けないからよ
Yeah, funny that you're completely ignoring the fact that your daughter may have. Yeah, it's not impossible for her to have done so, because only you could have sent that letter there.
そうこれは自作自演
That's right, this
あ
is
なた
all
の
a
懐
charade.
から封筒を取り出したった今見つけたかのように振る舞った
I really, really hate that her paranoia actually has fair reasoning.
密室の中に魔女が入って手紙を置いていった幻想を作り出すためにね
No, but the only thing is, I think that kind of, like, is what happened. Unless Maria did it. To create the illusion that the witch entered a closed room, set down a letter, and left. Dumbass.
バカ野郎またそういう考えなのかよ
Yeah, are you thinking like that again?
そんなことで
Are you gonna suspect me?
俺まで疑うのかよ
Yeah, I know! I mean, it's just so unbelievable because of something like that.
いい加減にしろ
Cut it out.
俺は親父たちを殺されてるんだぞ
God, yeah, my dad and everyone else were killed.
そんな俺がどうして犯人の片棒を担がなければならないんだよ
I don't disagree whatsoever, but at the same time, the worst thing is, this could apply. Any killer could say this.
そうね
True.
たとえ莫大なお金がもらえるとしたとしてもそんなことで肉親の命を切り売りできるような悪魔がいるなんて信じたくないわ
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Battler would ever dream of being that low. Even if you were offered a large sum of money, I don't want to believe in the existence of the sort of demon who could set out their own parents. Oh, don't tell me she's going to say like,
いるかもしれない
oh God, you have got to be kidding me. How the fuck can you suspect Battler though? I find it really quite interesting because the fact that she's really, really suspecting and, you know, literally pointing a gun to this man, I think it really, really shows the fact that, you know, she has completely lost it. She will suspect anyone on any ounce of suspicion.
言い方が悪いわね
That's a bad way to say it.
例えばバトラ君にとってルドルフ兄さんたちが親でなかったとしたら
What? What if you didn't view Rudolph Nissan and Kirie-san as your parents?
は
I know, what?
あ何を言い出すかと思えば
I know, it's totally ridiculous. Think about what you're saying.
親父は親父だろうが
Yeah, dad is dad, right?
確かにキリエさんと血縁はねえが
Exactly.
俺の姉貴も同然のお人だ
I bet you that Loza's gonna take this out of context, i.e. the stuff about Kirie. Of course, I'm not related to Kirie-san by blood, but she's like a big sister. Exactly, yeah.
ってならねえぞこの野郎
Oh, yeah, good one. I think it's really, really good that Battler's making it clear the effects of this horrible, horrible accusation that, you know, Loza has said. You're basically trying to say as if, I don't know, like, his parents aren't parents to him and that's obviously the reason he's killed them. Like, fucking hell. Oh god, what's Maria doing? Is she actually gonna save Battler? Yeah, good for her.
言うのをやめなさい
Oh god.
ごめんなさい言い方が悪かったわね
Stop saying, I'm sorry, that was a bad way to put it.
確かに後ろ宮バトラ君ルドルフ兄さんの子供かもしれな
True, Ushidomiya Batora-kun may be Rudolph Nissan's child.
いでもあなた本当にルドルフ兄さんの息子のバトラ君なの
God. Yeah, now I do find it really quite interesting because that's really surprising that she's thinking this. So, because obviously we've got to remember the fact that she doesn't actually know about the possessing of Kanon. So, as a result, she's basically thinking that anybody here may be somebody else who's actually possessed by, I don't know, some sort of otherworldly power like a witch. She's thinking that out of suspicion. She doesn't even have anything to base it on, i.e. Kanon. It would have been a little bit more rational if she was basing it on the fact that Kanon had actually been, you know, possessed by Beatrice, but she's not. She doesn't even know that. So this is just a purely paranoia-induced comment, and that's really awful.
何をわけのわ
I
かんねえ
know! It's so absurd! What the hell were you talking about?
こと俺がバトラじゃねえんなら誰に見えるってんだよ
I know! If I'm not Battler, who else do I... Yeah, who else do I look like?
ルドルフ兄さんも含めて 私たちは6年ぶりにあなたに再会しているわ。
Oh, that is actually an interesting theory. She's saying as if battler that is coming here is different to the battler that is actually all of us, including Rudolph Nissan, seeing you for the first time in 6
あな
years.
たが本当に後ろ宮バトラーかなんて誰も証明できないのよ。
No one can prove that you really are Ushinomiya battler, right?
あなたは本当は後ろ宮バトラーじゃなくて
totally
後ろ宮家
ridiculous.
の財産をうまく騙し取ろうと紛れ込んだ何者かかもしれない。
You are just sad. How can you think this? Maybe you aren't battler, but somebody who snuck in, making a skillful bid to steal the wealth of the Ushinomiya family.
あなた自分が後ろ宮バトラーだとはっきり証明できる。
Yeah, I wonder if he can. Can you clearly prove that you're
今
Ushinomiya battler?
この場で
Right here, right now.
いい加減にしやが
You're cut out, damn.
れ。俺は俺だ。
No, I'm me!
白宮バトラーだ。
Ushinomiya battler.
そこまで疑い出したら、あんただって本当に後宮ローザなのかよ。
Very, very good move. If we're going to suspect even things like that, are you really Ushinomiya Rosa? Yeah!
自分だ。他の誰でもね。ああ、そうだな。あんたの言う通りだ。
Yeah!
死体以外で信用できるのは自分だけってわけだ。
Yeah, but the only thing is with Battler, the reason he can't trust Nosa is obviously because of the fact that he is going to be fucking killed by her. I don't really think you can be trusted by somebody that is literally becoming a wolf.
そこまで言うなら反論させてもらうぜ。
If you're going to go that far, let me make an objection.
ジョージの兄貴たちが死んでいた。夏日おばさんの部屋には鍵がかかってた。
Josaniki and the others were found dead, and Aunt Natsuhi's room was locked.
部屋の鍵はジョージの兄貴が持っていたんだろう。
Oh, yep! And where did that come from? Josaniki had the key to that room,
そ
right?
してマスターキーを持ってるのは今やローザおばさんだけだぜ。
And by now, the only one with a master key is you,
あ
Aunt
の部屋
Nosa,
に施
right?
錠できたのはあんただけじゃねえかよ。
Are you the only one who could have unlocked that room?
俺の推理じゃこうだ。
My theory goes like this. By the way, I find it really interesting the objection, and then this pose that really looks like the Assassini pose. Let me just get a... Yeah, look at this. Yeah, look at this. So, making an objection, I mean, it quite literally is exactly the same. It really is similar. It's just obviously the angle is a little bit different. You can get, I mean, this one looks quite similar. It's really quite funny. This one is the most similar, easily. That's actually really quite interesting that now Vassalo is totally turning the ridiculous suspicion that he's had on Nosa. Well, he hasn't really had it, he's just doing it so that he can, you know, gain an advantage in this situation by turning the ridiculous accusations Nosa has been giving him back on her. God, could you imagine if you had some sort of really bad identity disorder and you didn't really know whether you were yourself and you didn't know who yourself was, and then you were in a situation like this? Like, how would you respond to that if you didn't know who the real you was? And if you had no idea of who your real self was? Like, God, that would be so weird. And especially if you were with somebody as paranoid as Aunt Nosa. Like, you could easily get into some deep shit. Oh my God. It's lucky that Battler isn't like that. You're in contact with the real
俺た
culprit.
ちの目を盗み、5つのマスターキーのうちの1つをこっそり貸し出したんだ。
Yep. How? While I wasn't looking, you lent them one of the 5 master keys.
そんなことしないわよ。
I didn't do something like that.
ほら、ここに5つあるわよ。
Oh, there are 5 of them here, right?
そんなの当てになるもんか。
Let's see if that matters.
あらかじめ取り決めた場所に置かせて回収したかもしれねえじゃねえかよ。
It's interesting. You could have had them set in a pre-arranged spot and connecting it.
それにマスターキーが5個かどうかは疑わしいと言ってたのはあんただぜ。
Ah, that is interesting. And weren't you the one who doubted whether there were really 5 master keys?
じゃああなたはその封筒をあなた以外の誰がどうやってそこに置いたというのよ。
Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting. The second she turns suspicious, completely turn it back on her victim, really. Yeah, completely turn it back on him. So how do you suggest that somebody other than yourself placed that letter there?
それが証明できない限り、あなたが狼なのよ。
Oh god, until you find proof somebody else did it, you're a wolf.
うるせえ。
Shut up! God.
ならあんたこそ証明しろよ。
Then why don't you show me some proof?
犯人はどうやって
Yeah,
ジョ
fair
ージ
enough,
の
actually,
兄
yeah.
貴たちをあの密室で殺したと言うんだよ。
Yeah, that would be interesting. How do you claim that the culprit killed George Aniki and the rest in that
どう
closed
や
room?
って施錠したと言うんだよ。
Yep, that's a good question. How did they lock it? Oh, this is going to be
全く
interesting.
にもってその通り。
Yep, that's exactly right.
夏日の部屋も全く同じだぞ、いつもの通り。
Yeah, Natty's room was exactly the same, just like usual.
扉も窓も内側から施錠されていた。
The door and the windows were locked from the inside.
いかなるイカ様も細工もなく、そして隠された通行手段もなければ隠れる場所もない。
How do you even start? There were no frauds or tricks, no means of secret passage, nor places in which to
夏
hide.
日自身の鍵はジョージのポケットに入って室内に閉じ込められていた。
And Natty's own key was in George's pocket, and the inside of the room was sealed off.
あとは5本のマスターキーしかないが、それはすべてローザが持っている。
Only the 5 master keys were left, and Loza was holding all of
つい
them.
でに言おう。その客間も同じよ。
And let me say this, the parlor's the same.
本来の客間の鍵は使用人室に封印されている。
The key to the parlor itself is sealed away in the servants' room.
だからマスターキー以外では解錠不能。
Oh.
部屋の密室定義もいつもに同じよ。
Yes, while locking it without a master key is impossible. The definition of a closed room remains the same as always.
おいおい、容疑者はもう一人しかいねえぜ。
Come on, now there's only one suspect.
それでもまだかまととぶんのかよ。後ろ宮バトラー。
Yep. Yeah, come on now. There's only one suspect. Or are you still playing innocent? Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Even Beatrice is convincing suspicion to happen and everything to go in complete shambles. Yeah, no frauds or tricks. That's the weirdest thing. We could technically say that. Could you technically count magic as a trick? I wonder. Yep, and how the hell was the door locked? Just genuinely doesn't make sense whatsoever. That's a Umineko for you, to be honest. Yep.
うるせえ。
Oh, yeah, shut up. Oh my god.
てめえも黙ってろ。
God, yeah, you can just totally tell his frustration. You shut up too.
黙 余るのはあなたの方でしょう。あなた以外にどうやってその手紙を置けたというの。
Oh, you have got to be kidding me, dudes. Oh, right. You're the one who should shut up. How do you claim that the letter was placed here by anyone other than you? I know. That's the worst thing!
それが証明できない限り、あなたは狼なのよ。
Jesus fucking Christ. Unless you can prove such a thing happened, you're a wolf.
俺が疑えるってんならあんただって疑えるぜ。
Yeah,
あんたこそ
understandable.
証明してみろ。
I think it is really, really good that these people both obviously hadn't done anything wrong, but yeah, obviously they have valid reasons to suspect each other. It's really, really useful in a situation like this because nothing can ever progress. If we can suspect me, then we can suspect you too. So try showing me some proof of yourself.
最初に部屋に入って戸締まりの確認だのを始めたのはローザおばさんじゃねえかよ。
Oh yeah, fair enough. If she was the first person to actually enter, then maybe she could have just, you know, snuck a little visit to the table, popped that envelope down, and then went away.
そして、俺の座っていた場所に再び俺が戻るだろうことを見越し、
Yeah.
手紙をそっと置いたんだ。
Then he guessed that I'd go back to where I'd been sitting and secretly put the
こ
letter
れ
there.
はあんたの罠だって疑うこともできるんだぜ。
It's possible for us to suspect that this thing is a trap of yours, right? But to be honest, I don't think that would be the most likely thing that would be the case, because think about Maria's letter. That was the letter where a key had actually been stolen by Aunt Rosa to get into the chapel. What about the letter Rosa was given, the one that she specifically tried to open too early? Yeah, where did that go? This is it, I think.
どうして私がそんな罠を。
To be honest, judging by the knowledge I have from that, I don't even disagree with Batila's theory. I think it might actually be a little bit credible. But at the same time, it's just so unlikely that she would actually be able to do a trap like that. I don't know. Why would I use a trap like that? And yeah, what would be the point?
この銃で問答無用で撃ってるわよ。
God. Yeah, if I was a wolf, I'd shoot you with this gun without question. Oh, yeah,
そんな
understandable,
のじゃ
yeah.
理由にならねえな。
Yeah, but exactly, yeah. Yeah, that just proves that you don't want to murder Batalo. It doesn't prove that you haven't done anything. That proves nothing.
マリアの目の前で殺人ができねえから。うまく罠にかけようって周りくどいことしてるかもしれねえじゃねえか。
Maybe you chose the roundabout way of setting a clever trap because you couldn't commit murder in front of Maria. Oh yes, I may be a murderer, but oh, don't want to scar my child.
マスターキーは全てあんたの手にある。
Priorities. I mean, at least she cares for her kid, I suppose. I don't fucking know. It's still sick. All the mask keys are in your hands.
ならここもさっきも全部あんたの仕業じゃねえかよ。
Oh god, that's the worst thing. You could actually assume that because obviously these things both require master keys to open. Who's to say that Lossard didn't go in there, I don't know, somehow. No, but the only thing is, from between the time they'd actually left to, they'd left because of Gorda's interference and, any other time that they were in the parlour, she couldn't have possibly put the, letter down. Oh, it's really got the fact that Rosa had never seen an envelope on that very table when she actually went in. It just doesn't really make much sense at all, that. It's just so contradictory to what we would have thought. I mean, God. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. If you think you can talk your way out of this, then let's say your excuses. She has, I don't even disagree. Yeah, that's right, you've been suspicious from the start, aren't Rosa? Yeah, I do find it really quite interesting that, you know, Rosa is just totally being a catalyst for the ridiculousness of, I suppose, perception and... Oh yeah, by the way, answer, epitaph. And place convenience, I suppose, if Rosa was probably far away from everyone else. I don't know, though. Maybe she'd sat out from the family conference and that had saved her life. But obviously I don't really think the life she'd lived afterwards is anything worth living, so... Yeah. Why were you the only one not in that chapel?
ローザおばさんが 親父たちをあそこに招いて殺したんだ。
What I hate about that theory, it is reasonable. Nosa there wasn't exactly anybody who wasn't Nosa who had the key that was entered into the chapel. Maybe she could have stolen it before we actually knew about it, and she could have killed all of them, but I think that's very, very unlikely. Like, why would she do that is my question. There can only be one reason. You invited Dad and the rest there and killed them.
くそくそ。
Damn it, don't.
それで全部説明がつくじゃねえかよ。ふざけんじゃねえ、ふざけんじゃねえ。
Oh, God. Damn it, that explains everything. Doesn't it? Don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me.
わけのわかんねえことを言うんじゃねえ。
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, you can just totally tell that these people are going insane. I mean, I wonder if Basila's actually talking to himself here, or if he's talking to Noza. I wouldn't be surprised if it's both people. What? Oh no. Oh God, poor Maria. This must be so horrible for her to watch, genuinely. Like, you know, obviously, her mother being such a fucking asshole, and obviously not setting a very good example, and being such a suspicious and horrible person. And then Basila, you know, the cousin that she likes, completely... Yeah, stop it. I know! I mean, my God! Yeah, exactly. Nobody has done anything, but the thing is they're just so suspicious of each other. I mean, Basila wasn't really suspicious of Noza, but obviously Basila's just been increasing... It's sort of started. Noza suspecting Basila has sort of started Basila suspecting her for revenge, really. Yeah, it's not Basila or Mama's fault. Yeah, and I do find it really quite interesting that both of them are refusing to accept that being as the culprit. So obviously, if they refuse to accept the witch as the culprit, then boom, hell rains loose on all of them. It was done with magic. It's no one's fault. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, Maria thrust herself in between Aunt Rosa and me as the blood started rising to our heads. Yeah, that's probably a good move. Yeah, just see this kid and see how much... Oh my God, yeah, good that he returned to his senses. Yeah, just see how much this bloody act is affecting your own daughter, Noza. And I say Noza, I don't really blame Basila because obviously he's doing a lot of this just so that he can obviously not be suspected, shot at, and also just so that this situation could potentially calm down. And obviously Basila wouldn't have started without Noza. I think with somebody provoking you like Noza is, it's impossible not to, you know, get really, really provoked and obviously take it out on her and, you know, affect Maria as a result. So I'm not feeling... I don't really think Basila is as bad as Noza here. Especially because of the fact that Basila isn't Noza's... Sorry, Basila isn't Maria's father as well. Yeah, that did shamefully just now. So did Noza. Oh God, yeah, my eyes filled with tears. Yeah, that must be really quite awful just seeing the effect of, you know, the kid that you have completely harmed. That's right. Oh yeah, obviously that as well. Yeah, that's right, it's all the witch's fault, isn't it? Well, this is about keys and tricks and alibis. All of it was stupid. I know, yeah. And because it's so natural to think so, they will never suspect the witch, the thing that is obviously the one piece of information that goes against their logic. And as a result, you know, they aren't able to trust each other and things just go to hell. They really, really do. It's just awful that obviously things like these, they're realised after the hell has occurred.
なあ、ローザおばさん。
Yeah, that is interesting. I wonder what she's gonna say. She's so paranoid that I feel that she is probably going to feel as if this is Bastila trying to distract her and divert her attention from the true culprit. I don't know, I just don't really see anything else from happening, really. Fucking god, man. These glasses are so annoying. So shit. Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's actually really quite interesting. That this is just the total way to solve this. So there's no way all the culprit. Yeah, definitely. I don't even disagree. That's the sad thing. God, it's just so horrible how much this has affected these guys. I mean, yeah, so there's no way you're the culprit, and there's no way Maria, Genji-san, or I am either. I know, why has it come to this? Oh my god, I know. Yeah, why am I screaming at Aunt Rosa, who I love? I know! I mean, your fucking aunt as well. Why is she screaming at you? It's not just your fault. I mean... Yeah, why am I having this fight with you? I love so much. I know, it's absolutely horrible. Like, in normal occasions, these would have been, you know, really quite close family members who loved each other. They had good relationships. But obviously, as a result of all the situations, she's become from a kind aunt to, you know, a fucking wreck. Oh my god. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, why does everyone have to suspect each other? Interesting. I really wonder what Aunt Rosa's going to say to this. I'm not going to suspect my aunt. I'm not going to suspect anyone. Yeah, interesting. What's horrible about suspecting the witch is even though you are giving her fuel and power by believing in her, this is the least painful thing. Suspect people and boom, everything goes to shambles, as we can obviously see here. It's just horrible how paranoia can, no, not can, does really ruin this relationship. And relationships in general, really. It's all a crime that Beatrice committed with magic. Yeah, that is interesting. Oh, God, yeah, it's just interesting. He's so desperate. He really, really is desperate. And, you know, just seeing Beatrice so that the suspicion and complete torture they've had from completely suspecting each other and always just never being able to trust each other. Yeah. Because she did. Or at least that's what we think. And confess to us that you did everything. God, I'm sorry already. I'm sorry we've been suspecting each other like this. So forgive us. Release us. God, I know. God, yeah. Oh, I mean... Yeah, it's just interesting that obviously if they're released from the hell of suspecting each other, they're probably going to quite literally die. Yeah, so forgive us. Release us. Release us from this hell of suspecting each other until we see each other die. I mean, God. That's properly brutal. So just basically, either let us live or let us fucking die, I mean. Yeah, it really is awful just how these guys are treated, I mean. These glasses can fuck off. I'm actually sick of this. Like, I'd rather read without these. They're just so damn annoying. Right.
俺に優しい親戚たちを、
Oh my
いとこた
god,
ちを
yeah. Give me
返
my
してくれよ。
Give me my kind relatives. Oh my god, I know, yeah, my kind relatives. Yeah, it's just interesting. You could you could view the paranoia as if something. It's like something that has completely taken over these relatives. It's completely ruined them.
もう嫌だ、嫌だ、全部嫌だ。
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it all.
お前は確かに実在する。
Yeah.
お前の勝ちだ。
You definitely exist. It's your victim. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
姿を見せてくれよ。ベアトリーチェ。
Jesus Christ. Show yourself, Beatrice.
ベアトリーチェ。
Isn't it just so awful that somebody who was confident, happy, brilliant young man, like, he's just been reduced to this. Hopelessness has led him to, basically just crying out for something that probably is never even going to show itself. Thought that was going to be a Jinx Touchwood moment. Oh, is this going to be Kinzo's study? I wonder.
私は
Yeah.
まだ
Oh
生きて
my
いるのか。
God, that is actually really quite surprising. Yeah, he's still alive. How is he still alive? Am I still alive? Apparently, some time ago, Kinzo had fallen into a doze. Apparently, God, he doesn't even know himself. He searched for his spectacles and looked at the clock. It was 10 p.m.
あやつの儀式はあってどこまで進んだのか。
Yeah, that person's ceremony. Let's see. How that person's? Why not saying Beatrice's? What? Let's see. How far has it
時
progressed?
間的にはもうだいぶ進んでいなくてはならぬ頃
Yeah,
だ。
God. I just can't believe that this person, he doesn't even care about how much pain he's caused to his family. Genuinely. Kinzo lifted his heavy body from the chair and approached the portrait of the witch that he had gazed at every day. Yep, someone doesn't surprise me that.
ベアトリーチェ、
Beatrice.
もうじきお前の微笑みに再会できる。
Very soon I will have a chance to be reunited with your smile.
死んでもいい。
God, I care not if I die.
お前の微笑みがもう一度見られるならこの命は惜しくない。
Oh my God. I care not if I die. If I could just see your smile one more time. I will not regret this. I mean, my God, talk about a simp right here. Jesus Christ. This person is literally saying he will regret his entire life if he doesn't see her smile. I mean, that's absurd.
交渉だ、お前に。
For heaven's sake, let me.
もう一度会わせてくれ。
God, so while Battler is absolutely crying, he is just so hopeless that he's just... He can't do anything. He can't solve anything. He can't progress. He can't go forwards or anything. He's just crying hopelessly, shouting in anguish. And then we've got Kinzo, the one who's so consumed with love that he literally lets his family get killed with no objections. And wants to see Beatrice. I mean, my God, it's absurd. For my crimes. Jesus Christ. I mean, Kinzo is something else. He really is. I mean, he's literally just got up. And, obviously, firstly, he's thinking about the fact that the magic ceremony is obviously quite close. And then the fact that you'll be able to meet with Beatrice. And then he's just so quickly got into such a desperate trance. I mean, my God. How much time does he spend thinking about Beatrice a day? I really wonder. It's probably over the hours at this point. God, I wonder what... But I won't let you escape. What? You are mine. What the genuine fuck? From your hair to your toenails to the dirt under your toenail, you are mine. What?
お前の肉一片までも全て私のもので、その亡骸の煮汁まで私のものなのだ。
You are really fucking creepy. Every fragment of your flesh is... fragment of your flesh is mine. Even the broth of your corpse is right.
今度こそこの手からこぼさん。
That's actually interesting. I really wonder what the story behind Beatrice and Kinzo was, because obviously... Kinzo's done crimes, Beatrice has escaped from him despite having been summoned. And it doesn't really make sense why Beatrice has escaped, and yet she's here. I mean, I wonder. I won't let you escape, and this time you won't slip from my hand. Slip from your hands, interesting.
お前を永遠に私のものにしてやるぞ。
God, I'll make you mine for all eternity. Yeah, I don't think that's a good thing. I will never let you escape a second time. That's hilarious, though. Yeah, I did find it really quite interesting that I think the death that Beatrice had actually, you know, received, that Kinzo was actually trying to resurrect, that is the escape. I just find it really quite funny, though. It's just like, I don't know, I think of like a really controlling husband who, you know, their wife has left them, and then thinking, I will not let you escape for a second time. No, it reminds me of like some sort of, I don't know, Victorian or anything before maybe... Oh, maybe even end of the Second World War, let's say, when socialist stuff was introduced into, and, you know, left-wing ideas were introduced into England. Like, you know, male totally dominant of the female, and obviously maybe not as bad as Kinzo feels he is with Beatrice, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, Kinzo howled in rage and then suddenly fell to his knees as he shook and scraped at the wall. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. He is totally drunk with love. I mean, my God. In an instant, he had started so... Oh my God.
違う。
That's wrong.
私が言いたいのはこんなことじゃないんだ。ベアトリーチェ。
That's wrong. I didn't want to say something like this, Beatrice.
頼む。
Please.
もう一度会わせてくれ。
Let me see you one more time.
謝らせてくれるだけでいい。
Even if you only let me apologize. Fucking hell!
お前が愛しい恋しい。私が間違っていた。
You're a beloved you yearn for. I was mistaken.
お前が微笑んでさえくれれば、他には何もいらなかったんだ。
If you were just smart, I wouldn't need anything else.
私が間違えた。私がそれを間違えて。
Because I really wonder what actually happened with Kinzo and Beatrice. I mean, I don't really think they were ever in some sort of meaningful relationship, but there's no way that can be the case. But what mistake had Kinzo actually made, I wonder? And I just find it really quite interesting, the value of the relationship, obviously, Kinzo thinks. I mean, my God, if you can't tell from this that he is absolutely infatuated still, even though she died 30 years ago, apparently. Yeah, I think that really, really tells that Beatrice isn't going to be feeling the same. And I mean, we literally saw Beatrice saying, I did something that cannot be done. Yeah, that is weird. I wonder what that was. That's interesting. I really wonder if Beatrice is actually going to respond to that. In atonement, I will offer all that remains of my life.
お前に詫びるために、私の罪を償うために。
All that remains of his life, though, I mean, Jesus Christ. Talk about somebody that is completely fucking obsessed. In order to apologize to you, in order to atone for my crime, I offered.
捧げたんだ。
Everything.
頼む。私の死の際でもいい。
Please, even if it must happen as I die,
せめて
at least
お前に
let me
一言
apologize.
謝らせて。
God, I just genuinely wonder what the thing he has actually done that cannot be taken back actually was.
ベアトリーチェ
Jesus fucking Christ. If this is an average session for Kinzo, I mean, my God. It's just inconceivable the amount of unbelievable sadness he actually has. I mean, fucking hell. God, after seeing that, I mean... Oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh my god, even though I said it's just harder to read without my glasses. I've got to try it, like... I need to find something that lets me wear these glasses more comfortably. But what the genuine fuck? Oh my god, as Ginzo shook and cried, a butterfly appeared out of nowhere behind his small back like a flake of gold leaf and softly descended. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't really think Beatrice can actually be seen by Ginzo. You fool, Ginzo. Yeah, that is actually really quite interesting. So I really wonder whatever has happened here. You fool, Ginzo. Did you think any woman out there would fall for a man's tit? Yeah, that is actually really interesting. She's basically saying, like, do you think any woman would fall for a man who is this fucking desperate and obviously filled with desire of actually seeing them? I mean, obviously with some people, if that's what they'd wanted, then fair. But I don't really think that's what Beatrice wants. Well, even if it wouldn't make a human fall for you, it might do the trick if it was... Oh, it might do a trick for a woman who is not human. Ginzo, do you remember? The game of chess you played with me, which is still ongoing. What? Ginzo, as though he had suddenly remembered something, approached the chess set. It was as it had been during the game he played with Nanjo until yesterday. After knocking all the pieces of the chessboard, he began to line them up one by one. It was a setup for an ongoing game.
そうだ。こうだ。
That's right, like this.
私はクイーンを進めた。
I advanced my queen.
とても良い妙手だった。
It was quite a spectacular move.
お前には少々きつすぎるかもしれん一手だった。
Perhaps it was a little too intense for
お
you.
前は駒を見捨てるか見捨てないかに悩み。
I worried whether you'd abandon your piece or
ずっ
not.
と悩み。
Worried for so long. Oh, this is awful. He is so fucking lonely. I do find it really interesting with Ginzo that he's, you know, like I said, totally drunk and he's distraught. He really is truly distraught. He would do anything for Beatrice to actually come back, but obviously I don't really know whether Beatrice is actually going to come back to him. It's really, really hard to tell, and, you know, does she want to as well? That's an even better question. That's actually really interesting. Maybe Beatrice is implying that the desperation and tears might actually make her fall for him? Seriously? How? So they actually have sort of an ongoing game of chess. I mean, it is Umineko, and these are witches, to be fair, as someone doesn't surprise me. Everything is a game to them. I.e., senseless murder of a family. Ginzo waited with the opposite seat empty. Surely, very soon his opponent would appear there. And he would be able to restart this game again. I wonder if he's actually going to appear. You fool, Ginzo. You want to apologise? You want to see my face again? Oh yeah, I think... Yeah, I think that is definitely true. Yeah, I think we've... Yeah, we've been able to realise that. You want to see my face again? You want to make my smile an eternal thing? Why can't you say a much, much simpler word? What, sorry? What? Even though that... What? As in, love? Even though that is the sole element of this world. Oh, that is interesting. At that time, Ginzo muttered. Was it a prayer? An entreaty? It was probably best to just call it muttering.
お前を愛している
I love you.
ベアトリーチェ
Beatrice. Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's the thing. I think it's just so awful how... Look at everything around us. Look at... Well, I don't really know about what his uniform is indicative of. But look at everything here. I mean, this is all as a result of the loneliness he has felt as a result of Beatrice not actually being able to have been with him, really. It's horrible. I mean, it's truly horrible to see just how much this man's life has been ruined. Like, I do not even want to imagine the life that Ginzo lives. Obviously, there are these really, really oblivious people in the family who totally bully him for not wanting to know them. But it's really reasonable why he doesn't. I don't even blame him. Yeah, and it's just horrible that obviously all these emotions extend to the mercilessness that he's actually feeling towards them now. Like, he literally doesn't care if they're killed. But it's just so horrible how this love has led to so many things, i.e. his selfishness in that previous example. Like, you know, it's led to him wanting to see Beatrice's smile so much that he'd literally kill his entire family for it. Which is basically what's happening. I mean, God, it's absurd. It really is. It's just so surprised how it's even possible to be this consumed by love. It really is surprising. Yeah, definitely. Oh, surprising. You really are a fool, Ginzo. If you ever have the chance to do your life over again, know that those words will never cause a woman to fall for you. Interesting. That's right, not unless a miracle. Unless a miracle happens! That's what makes this... I really hope she appears, to be honest. At that moment, Ginzo definitely heard a small knock. Oh, this is the worst. This is from Battler and Maria and Rosa. There is no way this could be from Beatrice. At that moment, Ginzo definitely heard a small knock, one with a temper that differed from those of the servants. Who is it? You have got to be fucking serious. Is it actually Beatrice? What? The woman beyond the door didn't answer. I'm asking who you are. Will you not answer? Woman beyond the door didn't answer. I think it is obviously Beatrice because of the fact indicative from the golden butterflies. Interesting that she's saying, Beatrice is saying that a woman will never fall for him if he says, I love you. Well, to be fair, it's got to be double-sided. If the woman doesn't love the man, then how can the man love the woman while having, well, a fair relationship where both of them feel the same, really? It's impossible. Yeah, this is interesting. I wonder what this conversation is going to be like. Could it be... Oh. Could it be... Beatrice? Beatrice?
Beatrice!
I'm not even going to ask what happened with Ginzo's sprite, but like, okay. Right, I wonder. The woman beyond the door answered. On the night? Yes, yes, definitely, yeah. On the night twilight, the witch shall revive, and none shall be left alive. Oh, you bastard. You absolute bastard. Why did you leave that for a cliffhanger? Oh, you arsehole. I actually hate this game. I really wanted to learn about that as well. Fuck, I hope we can learn about it at the first thing. If it's not the first thing, then I'll just stop reading here. I need sleep. But, yeah. If it isn't, then, ooh. Oh. Damn it. That's a shame. I don't really see why we can't read more. I'll just check something real quick. But then we'll get back to it. Alright, so, yeah. Oh, we can read a bit more, why not? I like to sort of divide how much I read based on, scenes, I suppose. It's going to be the last scene we read. Oh my god, I really, really wonder if we're going to get more intel regarding, you know, what the fuck is going to happen. Oh my god, it's just so horrible hearing Ginzo's voice and, you know, hearing a voice that is a full desire to meet Beatrice. He's never been able to do it, and, you know, even though this love is absurd, you've got to keep in mind, and it's obviously so one-sided, like, this person has been wanting Beatrice to exist for 30 fucking years, probably. I mean, my god, the amount of loneliness he must have felt. Obviously, there are a lot of inexcusable things that has led him to do, but still. The woman beyond the door didn't answer. Oh, yeah. Oh, fucking god. Yeah, so it's going to be really quite interesting just to see what's going to happen next. Right. So, yeah. So, Butler's figure was in the dining hall. He didn't feel like going back to the guest house in the middle of all the rain. Yeah, fair. And wandered half-heartedly around the mansion in search for any place where he could sit, before setting up camp in the dining room. Oh my god, yeah, he didn't even lock them. That's actually really quite interesting. I think he's just so hopeless that he doesn't even care if he's killed anymore. He didn't even lock the door. He thought the shapeless murderer, or maybe the Golden Witch, might come to kill him now that he was isolated. No, I don't think so. But he no longer had any need to... I know, that's the most horrible thing. That really is. It's not even a mental, it's not even a physical death, it's an emotional death now. It really is. It's just the combination of both, which is even worse. He didn't even feel like using a locked door to hold off a cult. Yeah, he just doesn't care. He wanted that person to come at him openly from the front. If it was the killer, he wanted to ask them about some of those wonderful closed room tricks as a parting gift. That's actually really quite interesting that he's refusing to believe that the killer is Beatrice, even in the last moments. Well, refusing to fully confirm that it is the witch. If it was the witch, he'd hoped she'd at least take his life with some spectacular magic. Oh yeah, you're gonna die, but at least be sent from this world coolly, I suppose. However, ironically, neither of those two came to meet him. Oh god, that is not a good thing. Oh my god. Butler opened the liqueur cabinet on his own and enjoyed the liqueur to his heart's content. No longer was there anyone, I know, to scold him for drinking alcohol. He boldly rested his legs on the extravagant tablecloth and savoured the high-quality liqueur, which probably had a mind-boggling price. Drinking it down straight from the bottle, damn. Then someone knocked. Yeah, you're gonna not be sober for much longer, mate. Battler realized that somebody had finally come to greet him. I wonder who. Like, genuinely.
鍵なんかかかってねえぜ。
Hey, it's not locked.
誰でも入ってきてくれ。
Whoever you are, please come in. Could you imagine if it's Beatrice? That would be funny.
そして自己紹介を頼むぜ。
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
人間なら名前を名乗ってくれ。
If you're human, please give me your name.
ベアトリーチェだってんなら3サイズを教えてくれ。
What does he mean by what?
俺はこう見えてもちょいと知られたおっぱいソムリエなんだ。
No! Oh god, I'm gonna make the worst Google search of my life. Wait, what does bust size mean? Oh my god, murder me! I so hope this is somebody that is just going to completely... The Battler, by saying this, is going to completely harm his reputation by, or I don't know, someone that he really needs to work with. I hope that he's... If it's Maria, oh my god, I think that would just be the worst. Ginzo as well, oh my god, he would just be thinking, what the fuck has my grandson been raised to think? God, he should not be drinking. But at the same time, he's just so hopeless. He's obviously had... Yeah, it's interesting that, you know, the argument with Rosa, he's just totally... He's had a mental breakdown, genuinely. And now he's just turning to the next thing on the list. Alcohol. Yeah, and you can just see total hopelessness from this. Yeah, of course. It's Genji, Badano-sama.
Genji-sanか。
On a more serious note, the fact that he doesn't even get embarrassed from this, yeah, it really just shows that he just doesn't care about anything anymore. Genji-san.
二人があんたのバストのサイズに興味はねえな。
Sorry, but got no interest in your bust size, right?
空いてるぜ。
Please come in, it's unlocked.
失礼いたします。
Excuse me. Genji-san opened the door and bowed. So, is Genji-san the criminal? No, no way, don't think that. That theory would probably explain most of the tricks. Yeah, fair enough. I still don't think he could have done it whatsoever.
俺に引導を渡しに
If
来た
anything, we've literally seen confirmation that Beatrice has done it. I suppose if you're thinking of a possible human explanation, maybe, did you come to give me my last rites? Well,
そ
before
の
the
ような
death?
ことはございません。
Nothing of the sort.
お邪魔なようでしたら失礼いたします。
I really don't understand why Genji has actually come to see these people. Maybe it's just for conversation, but in times like these, I don't really think that would be the case. Like, is there a message, basically?
おいおい。要件も伝えず失礼しますじゃ。かえって気持ち悪いぜ。
Yeah, fair, especially in times like these. Yeah, total paranoia. Hey, saying I'm sorry without even telling me what you want is actually pretty
何の
creepy.
用だよ。
What do you want? You're gonna tell me that drinking alcohol is forbidden for minors? God, that's the most horrible thing. I'll just die anyway.
最後くらい好きにさせてくれ。
God, yeah, I do find that really interesting to think that, you know, Battler is just so confident in his death now. And that's the most horrible thing. Chapter 1 really focused on... well, it was obviously physical deaths. Emotional deaths as well, obviously, but Battler had this resistance. But every part of his resistance, it's just been converted to hopelessness here.
バトラ様は死せる最後のわずかな時間を
Battler-sama, do you love alcohol so much?
そのように怠惰に過ごされることをお望みですか
Yeah, I like that. I think that's a really good thing to say. He's really wise. Battler-sama, do you love alcohol so much that you would spend the little time you have left drinking? Yeah, good one. Those words pierced me. That wasn't true. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
今さら何ができるってんだ。
Yes, you... That's a very tricky one. I just can't cope if I
俺はい
don't
つだっ
drink.
て 死ぬ準備はできてるぜ。
God, yeah, that's really quite interesting. So his brain has just totally convinced himself that, you know, the alcohol really is a coping mechanism more than, for example, it's just a coping mechanism. That is all it is. He's not even enjoying the taste. He's just enjoying an excuse to get his mind off the thing that he's doing. Yeah, I don't disagree. Oh my... Oh, don't tell me that he drinks his creepy ass alcohol because of the fact that he wants to cope from, you know, his loss of Beatrice. That's awful if he does.
本当にあなたは親方様の血を色濃く受け継がれている。
Indeed, you inherited the master's blood
あの
strongly.
高潔なじい様が実はいつ死んでもいいと思ってた。
That's the most horrible thing. I think that might be implied. You mean grandfather, the heavy drinker, was drinking to drown his sorrows the whole time?
それは初耳だぜ。
Must have heard of it.
親方様の人生は
God, after several sad
いくつ
incidents,
かの悲しい出来事の末、
the master's life.
すべて食材のためのものとなり果てたのです。
What the genuine fuck did he do? After several sad incidents, the master's life was reduced to one of atonement alone? What? I wonder if we're going to learn about
あん
what's
たは
happened.
何を知っているんだ。
What is it you know? Oh, a lot of things. They're very close friends.
ベアトリーチェ様の儀式も第8の晩までをすべて終えました。
Beatrice's ceremony was completed. Completed? Oh, that's interesting. Once Gate's twilight had ended.
すべてをお話ししても良いかと思います。
What? I believe I can tell you everything. What the fuck? What? I know. What? What did you just say? Oh, yeah, understandable. Yeah, what the fuck is he actually going to say? I do not believe for a second that Genji actually has any affiliation with this crime. That is actually something that I've completely put out of the hat, really. Was Genji... When was Genji killed beforehand? Oh, I can't remember. In episode 1. Shit, I totally forgot. That was probably not that relevant if I forgot it. But yeah. Oh wait, he was killed in the series of murders where you know, Maria was just standing there with her face to the wall singing creepy stuff. Yeah, my drunkenness was completely blown away. Right, what does he know? Like, genuinely? I lowered my feet from the table and listened carefully to hear what Genji would say next.
バトラ様、
Batora-sama.
親方様の書斎へご案内申し上げます。
I should guide you to the master's study.
親方様たちに直接お話を聞かれるのがよろしいで
What
しょ
the fuck? It would probably be best to hear it directly from both the master and Bish.
じい様たち。
From grandfather and...
おい、それは一体どういう。
Oh, yeah, from Beatrice herself, I think. I don't know though, it's kind of hard to tell. Hey, what in the world do you mean by that? Because she is revived.
う。
Genuinely.
こちらへ
Come this way.
ご案内申し上げます。
I shall guide you.
バトラ様、
Batora-sama. God, this is weird! After Genji-san told me to follow him, he started to walk down the corridor. Yeah, I threw my drunkenness off completely and went... Oh yeah, understandable. Understandable. I mean, this might be an opportunity to learn the truth. Like, what the genuine hell? I really don't know what to expect here. And climbed a big staircase towards the 3rd floor. Genji stopped walking halfway. He turned back and spoke.
バトラ様、
Batora-sama.
これよりバトラ様は
From here on,
理解できぬものを見るでしょう。
what? You will probably see things you will not be able to understand. What? Hang on a second, you've got to be kidding me. So, a lot of the things here are going to be magic related. So Genji probably has a lot of magic connotation. I think there is a lot about Genji that we don't actually know. Genuinely.
脅すなよ。
Don't think that will scare me.
理解できねえもんなら。
You really think
嫌
so?
になるほど見てるぜ。
Maybe there are more that are even more incomprehensible. Who knows? Don't think that'll scare me. I've already seen enough incomprehensible things today to make me sick.
見えるものを見えるがままに
God, so whatever he is going to see, it's going to be so unreal and realistic that it's going to be as if he's not even seen anything. What the fuck? Please accept what you see as you see it.
聞こえるものを聞こえるがままに
Yeah, interesting. And accept what you hear as you hear it.
なぜ
Why?
何
What?
何も必要ありません
Oh, that's interesting. There's no need for questions like that.
バトラ様はただ真実を知る
You
こと
will
にな
learn
る
the truth, and that's all. What about?
それをお
About the
認め
murders?
になるかお信じにな
Or
るか
Kinzo's past and Kinzo himself? I don't know.
あるいは否定されるかもすべてバトラ様にお任せいたします
Whether to accept it, believe it, or deny it. Right! Oh my god, I really wonder what's actually gonna happen. I wonder if we're gonna see Beatrice as well as other witches. Just genuinely wonder what he's going to learn though, my god. It's going to be so inconceivable that there is no room for questions. Like why, what? The 5 W's even though there were only 4. Genji-san checked one last time to see whether I was prepared to... Yeah, prepared! It's definitely going to be something that's going to have a severe toll. The 8th Twilight had already ended. Yeah, definitely, yeah. And on the 9th Twilight, the witch will revive, and nobody would be left alone. Yeah. It meant that Beatrice had already been revived. And it probably also meant that none of us would be allowed to return alive. Oh yeah, definitely. I don't disagree with that whatsoever. If I was going to lose my life anyway. Oh yeah, I wanted to know the truth in the end. It didn't matter how hard it might be to accept. At least you know it, I suppose. Yeah, I see that. At least in your final moments you can get to learn something. Yeah.
鬼が出ようと魔女が出ようと
Yeah!
覚悟はできてるぜ
I really wonder! And I mean, like he said, he's just seen so many unreal things today that this would just be another one of those. Even if a demon or witch shows up, I'm prepared.
本当にあなたは親方様の若き頃にそっくりだ
Well, that's really interesting. God, so he's actually really quite similar to Kinzo in his youth. I can't tell if that's a really good or bad thing. I don't know. Indeed, you were just like the master in his youth.
バトラ様どうかご勉学にお励みを
Batada-sama, please be diligent in your studies.
あなたは将来必ずや大きな志を持たれるでしょう
God, just... Now, let me make an inference here. I find it really interesting that even though Genji is so obviously knowing of the fact, you know, omniscient of the fact that people are going to die here, everyone's going to die, and yet he's still asking this person to have great ambitions in the future. What does that say? Does that mean he knows that Batada is going to continue after he's died?
足りぬ学力に一生後悔されることがありませんよ
And when that time comes, see to it that you were never forced to regret a lack of study and training. Oh my god, I wonder what this is actually going to foreshadow. So, study, you have great aspirations, you will really go high, which I don't disagree with. Of course you will. Even to get this far in Beatrice's game, I think that really does require some doing.
Hmm. 勉学に勤しめる機会がもらえるならぜひ
I know! Yeah, I'll be happy too, assuming I ever get a chance to work hard on my studies. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that. I wonder. Yeah. Genji-san's silence felt like it was further confirming a certain resigned feeling I had. Right, what the fuck is going to happen here? By the way, I really wonder what's going to happen to everyone else. But, yeah. Oh god, the corridor of doom. Yeah, a sweet, very weird and brain-rotting smell. And then the door to the grandfather's study, surrounded by a sweet smell, came into sight. Right! Genji-san took a gold key with an elegant design out from his pocket. Oh, that's cool. So I really wonder what we're actually going to learn here. The master keys had been confiscated by Aunt Dossa, but he'd kept the key to the study alone on his person. Yeah, that is actually quite interesting that he would never ever give this up. Fair enough. That just really shows his complete faith to Ginzo. He put it in the keyhole and it made a heavy clunking sound. Oh boy, right. Master. It is I, Genji. I've brought Batola-sama with me. There was no reply, but it seemed that permission to go inside had been given. Come, Batola-sama. Let's go in. Oh my god, I really wonder what this is gonna be. Like, genuinely. Okay. I'll go in. I ready myself and threw the door open. What is he gonna see? Could literally be anything. Yep, someone doesn't surprise me there. Is Ginzo dead, by the way? At the moment, I got slightly disorientated by the dazzling golden. You have got to be kidding me. Don't fucking tell me that Genji has just led him to his death. What? It was unbelievably... a swarm of butterflies that shone. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The gold butterflies that completely filled the inside of the study poured out all at once. Okay, yeah, that is weird. What? What is this? It's almost like gold leaf confetti. Jesus Christ, there were that many butterflies. God, yeah, the interior of Grandfather's study was filled with a golden glow. And on a sofa, like a reception chair in front of the study desk, I could see Grandfather's back. There was someone on the side opposite from Grandfather. What? It was in shadow, so I couldn't see it well. Master. Brought Batola-sama. Batola, is it? I'm busy thinking right now. Yep. Obviously very happy to see him. I'm busy thinking now. Be silent for a while. Ginzo declared that unhappily, yeah, his back still turned. Yeah, seemed he was enjoying chess game with a visitor. Apparently, the opponent had counter-attacked with a superb move. Ginzo seemed to be enjoying himself as he thought deeply, while occasionally laughing and groaning. Yeah, that somehow doesn't surprise me. I've thought for 30 years. God damn, they've been having a long game. That's actually really quite interesting that Beatrice... Yeah, it really makes sense why Ginzo would actually do this, you know, this, ritual. Beatrice is revived, and then they can meet each other again. $30 years? How can you think about that for that much time? Have fun with the move I have fermented for 30 years.
誠にこの一手は味わい深き熟成された一手よ。
Gee, this is deeply matured move.
楽しい楽しい。
I think if I was Beatrice, I would be fucking terrified right now. Yeah, interesting. That. See, I'm no match for you. What? What is this? Oh my god, I know! They're playing a check. Yep, funny that Yeah, they know each other. See you came, Batola.
しばらく待て。
Been waiting for a while.
金蔵のために沈黙を。
You silent for Ginzo's sake.
まだリザインは早いぞ、金蔵。
Isn't it too early to resign, Ginzo? That's actually really quite funny. So the move that Beatrice has been thinking for 30 years. Yeah, it definitely is going to require a little bit more than, just a few minutes of thinking, Ginzo. God, I could have countered that move in several ways already. Yeah, it's interesting that the differences of power totally represented within, the differences of the ability to move the chess pieces from Kinzo and Beatrice. Oh, yeah, Beatrice right there. It should have been. Oh, it should have been my first meeting with that much. However, I knew this. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, and I do find that really, really interesting because obviously I completely forgot about the fact that, for example, Genji, he has never known that Battler has seen, Beatrice before. Even though it was our first meeting, I knew her from the portrait. What? What about, like, everything you've done in terms of debate games? What? Genji.
バトラのために飲み物を振る舞え。
Serve some alcohol for Battler.
この男によりふさわしきやつは何か
I'm not even going to ask how the fuck she actually knows that, but okay. What would be an appropriate liqueur for this man?
若き日より親方様が愛されている。
It's actually really quite interesting that Battler's really sharing a similarity between Kinzo in his youth and himself, really. That's weird.
それが良いぞ。振る舞ってやれ。
Good, serve it.
よくぞ来たな。後ろ宮バトラ。
You did well coming here, Shidomi.
まずは座れ。
First, sit down.
そなたはわらわの名を
Oh,
何度
yeah,
も呼ん
definitely.
だな。
You called my name many times, did you not?
それに免じ、わらわとの面会を許した。
In deference to that, I allowed you to meet me.
そしてお前は、わらわに何を聞く
Yeah, so what will you ask me?
何を尋ねるのか。
What will you inquire?
黄金鏡の扉はも
Oh,
うじき
yeah,
開か
definitely,
れ
yeah. What, so is this just basically Q&A with Beatrice? I don't think so. That's actually really quite interesting, so that Beatrice is literally letting Battler be met because of this fact.
魔女たちを迎え入れてのわらわの復活を祝う宴はもうじきだぞ。
What? Soon we will be having a banquet to celebrate my revival, at which I will be welcoming in the witches. What?
それまでの間、お前の問いにいくらでも答えてやろう。
In the meantime, I'll answer your questions, as many as you'd like.
聞きてえことは山ほどある。
Yeah, fair enough. I've got a bunch of things I want to
この
ask.
島で何が起こった？
What happened on this island?
どうしてこんな事件が起こった？
I know, and why did incidents like these
密
occur?
室についても聞きたい。
Oh, yeah, fair, yeah. I want to ask about the closed rooms
礼
too.
拝堂は？
Yeah, what about the chapel?
ジェシカの部屋は？
What about Jessica's room?
小日室は？
And the servant room?
夏代おばさんの部屋は？
And Aunt Nutty's room? 4 closed
そして
rooms.
客場は？
5! God, I forgot about that
聞
parlour.
きたい
then.
ことはまだまだある。
Yeah, is there much time though? I mean, my god, yeah, there's so much more I want to ask.
魔女の正体は？
Yeah, understandable, yeah, about the witch's true
本当に
nature.
ベアトリーチは魔女なのか？
Yeah, is Beatrice really a witch?
何が目的だ？俺たちに何をさせたい？俺をなぜここへ呼んだんだ？
God damn, I mean, you can just see the total stress and the total eruption of anger from here. And what's your goal? What do you want to make us do? Yeah, exactly. What is her goal? What does she get from this, apart from the power to have revived and enjoyment, I suppose? And why did you call me it? Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, answer me about everything. Oh yeah, fair enough, he can't actually concentrate. Oh, be quiet. You think you'll get answers if you ask?
そういうな金蔵
Don't say that, Kinzo.
もろく儚い雲の巣もヘロデの王から守ってくれることもある
Oh, interesting that she uses an analogy about spider webs. The one thing that witches here are afraid of. A fragile and fleeting spider web did offer protection from King Herod once.
この世に無駄なものなどないように無駄な質問もまたない
Fair enough, actually. I mean, okay, that really depends on the context, but in this situation, every single question has so much knowledge attached to it.
よいよいすべての質問に答えようぜ
Very well, I'll answer all your
ただ
questions.
し
All of them? Oh,
条
fuck.
件が一つだけ
Yeah, this could literally be anything, that's the funny thing, but only on one condition.
なんだ
What is it?
すべてを聞きわらわの存在に納得できたなら
If you hear everything and are able to accept my existence,
ひ
oh
ざまず
no.
わらわの靴にキスをせよ
Yeah, then you will kneel and kiss
お
my
前
shoes.
を屈服させたくてわらわはここへ呼びつけたのだから
Yeah, that does make sense. Obviously because of the complete hopelessness that Battler has actually had and its increasing nature, of course she is going to be able to give every single piece of information, every reason as to why he should believe in her existence. Oh god, this could potentially be deadly. This really could be a weapon. Like, I'm not even joking, it could be fucking bad.
わらわと金蔵は賭けをした
Kinzo and I made a bet.
金蔵が次の手をひらめくのとわらわがそなたを屈服させるのとどちらが早いかだ
So whatever happens, Beatrice is really confident that she's actually going to be able to make Battler surrender. Knowing Battler, there's no way he is. Oh, but at the same time, he's really hopeless. Who knows? Kinzo and I have made a bet. We bet on which will come first. Kinzo thinking of a new move, or me making you surrender.
負ける気はせぬぞ
I don't think I'll lose. God. I wonder.
でけえ口を叩きやがって
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, damn you talking so tough.
ああいいぜ
Yeah, alright.
俺を納得させてみろよ
Yeah, it's actually really quite interesting that despite all of this hopelessness, he is still trying to rebel against this. Try and convince
お
me.
前が間違いなく魔女様で不思議で素敵な大魔法を使えるってことを納得させてみろよ
Yeah, oh my god, total anger. Yeah, try to convince me that you're a witch who can use weird, awesome, and powerful magic.
屈服したならキスでも何でもくれてやれ
God, if I surrender, I'll kiss you or do anything else. Yeah, that is not a good thing to say. My god. Yeah, her expression does not give me a good vibe. The witch cackled gloatingly. Then she glared at him unpleasantly with eyes that said a man. Yes, definitely, yeah! A man can't go back on his word. Oh, yeah.
よくぞ言った
Well said.
さてどの問いから答えようか
So from what question shall I begin?
すべて答えるぞ
I'll answer everything.
さあまずは何からだ
Yeah, I really want to... Yeah, I mean, she'll literally answer every single question. Every question until Battler believes in her. I just genuinely wonder how and what is going to make him change. Because let's be honest, he never believes. He's never going to believe in Beatrice. Or at least that's what I think. I see hope in him. I really do. And I see hope in his logical side. I hope it's going to really have significance here. Yeah, right. What will the first question be? Oh, wonder what we're gonna get here. Well, it's just cliffhanger after cliffhanger. What? What is this? And then the witch started to tell everything. Yeah, that's interesting. She began answering all of Battler's questions. Everything makes sense. He was convinced by all of it, and then Battler had no choice to admit it. The witch certainly did exist. What? No. Don't tell me that he's actually, like, fallen for it. What followed is a story that needs no retelling. When the king falls and you are defeated, it's time to start reflecting on your finished game, and then all you can do is set up the pieces one more time. This is a really interesting image. Oh! Second game, Turn of the Golden Witch result. Oh, I wonder what this is actually going to be. What? You've got to be kidding me. That's it. That really surprises me. It really, really does. Yep. Yeah, the key of the Golden Land. How can a key choose things? I was thinking maybe it could be a metaphorical key, but like, how can a... What is like the key of the Golden Land? The roulette? Who knows? Yeah, it's really, really interesting. All of the art here, it's amazing. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get the name of the stakes. Yeah, stake of Asmodeus, Satan. God, this is an interesting image. It looks really, really traditional. You know, really, really old. Stake of Mammon, Beelzebub, Lucifer, goddamn, Belphegor, Leviathan. Oh my god, Leviathan. Interesting. I really, really wonder what these stakes actually look like. Oh yeah, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm very interested. Is this... Oh, is this... You know, these constant images of really, really grand and really old religious-like things. What? Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting about Dosa. Right, what the fuck about Battler? Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Damn! It didn't tell us! Oh my god, I thought that was going to change my life, that sentence. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Beatrice. Oh, that's horrible. That's even worse! God! Interesting. It is really quite interesting that when Beatrice revives, I mean... yeah, God, yeah. Time ran out. Yeah, fair. Yeah, it's interesting that. Oh, I see Beatrice. Umineko no naku koro ni. Turn of the Golden Wonder of the Witch and Reasoning. I see reasoning now. I really, really do see why this is going to be a complete headfuck in terms of logic soon. My god. God, that was really cool. That's just such a sudden end though. I really, really didn't expect that. The ending was the last thing I expected here. The absolute last thing. Oh. It's not the ending. It's only halfway. Ooh, I wonder. So it's literally the minute to 12. I wonder what's actually going to happen. I wonder how everyone's actually died, because obviously we've got the fact that people have submitted themselves to the witches. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Oh my god, I really wonder what's actually going to happen here. But obviously, I've got exams tomorrow. I can't do any more. So, yeah, my god, that was so cool, though. God, the end of that. Oh my god, I was just so hoping that we'd actually get, like, any confirmation on what's actually happening to Battler. But no, we didn't. But that was still really cool. Today was really quite fun. I mean, my god, it was horrible. Seeing Battler's emotional change, that's got to be my highlight. And my god, just seeing everything regarding Rosa and... oh god, the suspicion. I mean, obviously it was getting out of hand beforehand, but now it's just so ridiculously unpleasant. It's absurd how bad it got. I mean, my god. Yeah. Events like that, they lead into so much. The thing is about Rosa, she's just getting so fucking paranoid, though. Genuinely, it's just absurd, like, how possible it is to get so paranoid. I mean, paranoid, suspicious, doubting, and it's just really quite interesting that the suspicion, it's... Umineko is becoming Higurashi. We've got suspicion, completely dehumanizing people, completely ruining the trust of their friends, and yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, obviously, Watanagashi is chapter 2 of Higurashi, and that's really similar in terms of just all of the, you know, all of the mistrust that actually happens. So, yeah, we're going to return to this in the morning. In the morning? What? Well, we're going to return to it tomorrow. Right, hopefully tomorrow I'm going to try and get on Umineko. I'm going to try and get on Umineko as early as possible because obviously we've had the ending, so we're probably going to have the tea party and... oh, we're not only going to have the tea party, but we're going to have the witch's tea party as well, probably tomorrow. That is if there's the ending, because I'm assuming from, you know, obviously the fact that now the Twilight has ended, we're probably going to see how everyone's killed, but then, yeah, it's the ending, really. We really don't have much to play, so, yeah, I'm really quite excited just to see, how everything's going to end, obviously, how everyone's going to die as well. That's going to be very interesting. Oh my god, could you imagine if they're, because they're in the chapel, are they going to be killed similarly to how the people were killed in, you know, the Halloween killings? God, I really wonder how Battler is actually going to change and what he's going to do with the knowledge of the truth that he's actually gained from Beatrice. It's very exciting. It really is, and I honestly think that, you know, it's just going to get more and more interesting from here. I'm very excited to see how the hopelessness of Battler... I mean, my god. Oh, yeah, Kinzo, by the way, that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And it was just so interesting seeing, you know, the complete sadness and dependency he had on Beatrice. And, you know, my god, I can't believe that she finally came to see him. God, his reaction when Beatrice first appeared, I can't imagine what it must have been like. Yeah. Really interesting stuff today, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, which is probably going to be the last episode, so yeah, I can't wait for that. Goodbye.